Today we're going to be looking at the Yeezy 350 V2 in the static black colorway. So I'm going to just get into the story of how I managed to pick up these shoes, and obviously a little bit of the chronicle of how I or why I wanted to pick these shoes up. Now these shoes are really important to me, not just because they bang, because spoiler alert, they're a banging shoe. Now for me this shoe represents a shift in my life, and without getting super philosophical or too deep on YouTube, hopefully what I'm about to say will resonate with some people, and if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But about a year ago, I sort of tried to reignite my passion for sneakers. For a long time I'd sort of prioritized other things in my life, and obviously even though kicks is a massive passion of mine, obviously priorities are important. I'm a married man, I've got things to do and I've got things to pay for, so kicks weren't at the forefront of my mind for a long period of time. Because of that, I wasn't as dialed into the innovations that were happening in the scene. I wasn't as dialed into how you pick up trainers, raffles, online drops, retail drops, like all of those different things popping off in the industry. I didn't really understand or know any of those things. But last year, sort of I made the decision to quote unquote make my passion a priority and find a way to jump back into kicks and get back into something that I've known forever that has brought me so much joy. So it was around my birthday last year, these kits were coming out. I believe it was Black Friday. And I said I'm gonna decide, and I decided I'm gonna try and get a pair. Now everybody a lot of people that are watching this are gonna be like, you decided to get a pair of Yeezys for retail and you just went and got them. Nah, it's not that easy. And I think most of the people watching are gonna know that trying to get a pair of Yeezys isn't the easiest thing to do, especially for retail. Obviously there's a lot available in the secondary market, but who's really willing to pay £300-400 for a Yeezy when they could pay 180 and up, and even 180 is still a lot of money. So obviously it's something that I needed to first and foremost convince my wife was a smart idea. And obviously I sort of went like that, it's gonna be my birthday and I didn't really get a Christmas present and all of that sort of jazz, which funnily enough worked. There was a potential opportunity in buying these trainers, or maybe buying multiple pairs of these trainers, to actually pay for the trainer that I would ultimately keep. And I think that's what ultimately brought my wife on side, because obviously, like I said, £180 for a pair of trainers is a lot of money. There's no way around it. And some of the trainers that are coming out now, they like literally cost so much money. And I'm not the type of person to spend £180 willy-nilly. This is something I really wanted, and also I knew something I was going to use for a long period of time. Ultimately, like I said, I really wanted to make my passion a priority for this new year that I was entering into. So I made the decision to do it. I explained it to my wife and I said, you know what, I'm not just going to buy one pair, I'm going to buy 3 or 4. I'm going to get as many as I can, and I'm going to sell the other ones, and I'm going to pay, and the profit is going to pay for my pair. Win-win. And she was like, cool, make it a reality, do it, show me how you're gonna do it. So I was like, okay. So did a lot of research, as I said, online, and I managed to identify a number of raffles, a number of drops, and obviously the shoe was coming out via Adidas as well. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna spread myself really thinly and make sure I'm touching all of these things. So maybe I'll be fortunate enough to pick up a pair, or at least one pair. I think one of the things that I didn't realize was a raffle. So back in the day, right, I knew a raffle was something that you pay £1 and you can potentially win like a hamper of food. But that's not how raffles work in the sneaker world. Raffles are essentially an agreement between yourself and the company that holds the product to say that if your name is picked out of a hat, you're going to pay the full retail price. So I was like, whoa, I thought a raffle meant that you, like a lottery, you pay £1 and you get 1 million. No, you give them the right to access your funds if your name is picked out of a hat. So that's what we're fighting for. That's what we're looking for when we sign up for raffles. And I was like, whoa, that's a raffle, really? And obviously first come first serves are essentially the same thing, but without the payment part. Essentially what they do is they'll pick your name out of the hat to give you the opportunity for an exclusive period of time for you to purchase that item for whatever reason, and essentially without sort of veering off onto a tangent, I said, you know what, I'm gonna sign up to every raffle I can find. I'm gonna do everything I can do to try and make me getting this a potential reality. Comment down below how many people have ever won their first raffle or their attempted first raffle for their first hype sneaker. Let me know in the comments below how many people have managed to do it. In general, let me know in the comments below how many people have actually won a raffle in 2020. You let me know, you get me? Because some of us are out here cooking L's left, right and center. So let me know in the comments below who's taking the W's that I'm not getting. To make a long story short, the day the shoes launched, around midnight, I got an email message, and it was a beautiful message. And if I still have the email, maybe I'll pop it up on screen. It was from End Clothing, and shout out End Clothing. Not sponsored, End Clothing are the truth. And they said, and that email said, congratulations, you have won the Yeezy 350 V2 Static Black and in a size 13 UK. And I was like, yeah, baby. And on top of everything else, they applied a discount. What? So I did not pay retail for these kicks. These I did not pay retail for. Did not pay. I repeat, I did not pay retail for these kicks. I actually paid closer to 140 for these kicks. As I said, I got it in the size 13, so I was like, cool, that's actually one size bigger than my actual size. Quick side note, sizing on Yeezys is completely waived. So if you are a size 12 like me in normal shoes, you're likely to either be a size 12 and a half, a size 13. That Saturday morning, there was a drop also on Foot Locker, and lo and behold, God shining down on me once again, I managed to pick up 2 pairs. I managed to get a 12 and a half and a 13 and a half. So now I've got a 12 and a half, 13 and a 13 and a half. The actual 13 came in from End within a couple of days, and as soon as I put that on my feet, I was like, this is me, this is me. Now in actual fact, when I got the 12 and a half, I was like, you know what, this might be a better fit, but because of the discount, and I can't stress that enough, I'm keeping these shoes and I'm selling the other ones. So yes, and get me, and probably not a smart decision, because I got a discount, I probably would have been able to make a better profit margin. But you know what, I love a story. I'm gonna hold on to these shoes. These shoes are not coming out of my collection. I'm gonna run them into the ground, and in fact I'm looking to add to them. I know from my experience over the last year, sort of buying, selling, collecting shoes, that it is not easy. It's not as easy as just deciding what shoe you want to buy and collect it. So let me know in the comments below if you would like me to sort of do any form of tutorials, or just explain how I managed to pick up the kicks that I'm talking about, and I'll be happy to share that kind of content, because I think it would be really, really useful. And obviously we're about sharing stories about our sneakers and helping people make their passion a priority in this new year. I mean, 2020 has been mad. Like, if a pair of kicks makes you smile, man, let's do it, man. Let's not think too much about it. Now I've told you what I think, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. If you like this kind of content, I'll be making a lot more content like this. Feel free to give it a subscribe and click on that notification bell so that you're updated every time I make a new video. And I'm probably somewhere right now or I'm probably here right now in the future making another video as we speak. So until I see you next time, stay blessed.